Hello everybody. Do you guys like the filters on Facebook? I do. I think they're kind of fun. This is like one of those that's got me having some pretty freaking awesome cheekbones here. I'm kind of digging it, right? Hey, let me know if you like this this filter that I've got going on here. Hi Edna, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you being on here live. Hey, if you're a live viewer, please hashtag live. You don't even have to do the hashtag. Just give me your city and state where you're coming in from, okay? Hi Ken, how are you? Thanks for hopping on live, guys. City, state where you're coming in from. If you are a replay viewer, hey Heather, I saw you there. Hi Jennifer. Make sure that you put hashtag replay in the comment section for me so I can come back and check you out. And also let me know city and state where you're coming in from, okay? And by the way, if you get any value out of this, please do me a favor and just know that sharing is caring, and push that share button down at the bottom left and share it forward to the people that you love and care about, okay? Hi Echo, how are you? Because the topic we're going to talk about today is going to be really important because, you know, we all have been told that you have to be really careful about the people that you spend all your time with, right? Those 5 people that surround you, you got to be really careful because whoever you surround yourself by is who you're going to become. And so it's like, all right, so if that's the case, then how do we know who or what characteristics we should be looking for, right? Hey guys, let me know. Do you like this filter? It's weird. As I move, I have different cheekbones, my eyes get really crazy blue, and it's kind of fun. All right, so the quote that I opened up on the top part here for this video is, people inspire you or they drain you, pick them wisely. That is so huge. But again, like I've already said, but how do we pick, right? How do we know what to look for? Well, I saw this amazing article at success.c that I'm going to be working off of here because I learned some really amazing things when I read this. So I actually have it here and I'm going to be sharing it with you because I felt that it was something that was going to really help me be more cognizant of the people around me and who's influencing my day, right? And so I wanted to share it with you, right? Because that's what it is. Remember what I said, sharing's caring. So if you're gonna get any value out of this, you gotta make sure other people do too. So please share this forward, all right, guys? City, state, if you're on here live, replay viewers, hashtag replay, city, state in the comment section for me so that I can come back and say hi. And if you share it, please put share it in the comment section so I can also come and thank you, shout out to you if I see you on here live right now. But just know that I appreciate you. Hi, Erica. Hello, hello. All right, guys, so let's get started with this. People inspire you or they drain you. Pick them wisely. So this article that I read on success.com, the title of it was 10 Toxic People You Should Avoid. Right? But hey, doesn't that sound like good clues for the people that we should stay away from or at least limit our time with? Because obviously some of these people are going to be people that we love and care about. It just is. And we can't just like cut them all out of our lives, right? No, we can't. And so what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to identify who they are first of all, and then know that we don't have to spend all of our time with them. So the first type of person that is toxic that we're going to make sure we limit our time with, and definitely not be one, right? Because this is another thing, is if you identify characteristics that we talk about in these top 10, guess what that means? You have some personal growth to do and some changing, right? So that you're not an energy vampire to your friends, right? Hi, Jennifer. I can't wait to see you in just a couple weeks now. All right, so the first one, it's obvious. It's a gossip, right? People that will talk about someone else to you in ways that are not becoming or kind. You do not want to be there listening. Even if you're not talking, you don't want to be there listening because guess what? If they are talking about someone else to you, they will be talking to someone else about you, okay? And gossip, all it is negative. It's generally based out of jealousy, and it is not a positive characteristic that you want to have. And so you definitely don't want to surround yourself with people that are gossips, right? I love this quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. It says, "Great minds discuss ideas, average ones discuss events, and small minds discuss people." right? So another great reason why we don't want to hang around with gossips, and we definitely do not want to be gossips. Thanks for hopping on, Mona Lisa. So that's number 1 of the 10 toxic people that you should really avoid, okay? Number 2, this one's really kind of interesting, and at first I wasn't really quite sure, but then I was like, oh my gosh, I know people like this, right? It's the temperamental. Number 2 is the temperamental person. This is the person that is always upset about something, and they will blame it on you. Whether or not you had anything to do with it or not, you're gonna get the blame, right? So if you don't wanna be made wrong, even when you're not wrong, stay away from temperamental people. They are people that have absolutely no control over their own personal emotions, and they will get so deep into those emotions that everything turns out bad that is around them. So you want to stay away from number 2, which is the temperamental person. All right, now number 3. This is one, I try and I push really hard not to be this type of person. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for hopping on. One of my new friends. I love it. So being the victim. Number 3 is the victim. All right. So the victim is the type of person that no matter what happens in their life, they're not victorious. They choose to be the victim. You know, some of you will be like, oh, but you know what? Bad things happen to a lot of good people. And I'm like, I know. But every single time something bad happens, the person that it's happening to has the opportunity to make a choice. They have the opportunity to choose whether they are going to be the victim and let it bring them down and determine what their day is going to be like or what their future is going to be like, or they can decide that they are going to be victorious and be positive even in a difficult time. They're going to find that silver lining even in tough times. Oh my gosh, Jen, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for being on here. Guys, if you're on here live, city, state, where you're coming in from so I can see who I'm talking to. I love that. I love that. And replay viewers, again, I appreciate you. And please, hashtag replay, city, state, where you're coming in from. And please share this forward. Share it, share it, share it, because people need to know what they need to be looking for to protect themselves so that they don't fall into the traps of having the wrong people around them, okay? So when we're talking about victims, and again, this is coming from an article that I read from success.c, and the name of the article is 10 Toxic People You Should Avoid, okay? So we're talking about number 3, and that is the victim. And it says here that initially, victims, you will empathize with them or you'll sympathize with them because you know what? It's not, I don't like seeing people that are in pain. But the problem is that when you see that same person over and over and over again having problems. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, all these new friends of mine. I just totally love it. But victims, when you see them being the victim over and over and over again, that's when your empathy really kind of starts to slide and you become a skeptic. And I don't like that either, because I would rather be able to have my true heart shine through and being empathetic with someone than have to be wondering, it's like, okay, is this for real, or is this something that they're just really playing up and making even more than it is? Because that's what victims really truly do. And the reason they have a hard time with not being a victim is because they don't ever take personal responsibility for situations. And if you're a victim, that's going to hurt you when you hear me say that. Hi, Jeannie. Because if you don't take responsibility in a situation, you're always going to look at yourself as being a victim. And if you always look at yourself as being a victim, then you're never going to be the person that you were truly created to be. And then you're going to be living in basically disappointment. Because inside in your heart, you're going to know, right? So don't be number 3, the victim, and don't surround yourself with victims, okay? Because they're always in crisis. Number 4 is the self-absorbed person. It's the person that you're always, when you're around them, you always feel alone, right? Or you never feel like what you are or who you are, what you do, what you're good at, if anything like that about you matters, because they're so absorbed inward and it's all about them and they're loving to talk about them and what they're so good at and what they're accomplishing or what new they got. It's never about you, and so you always feel lonely. So it's really because as far as they're concerned, the only important topic is them. And so can you see how that can be really negative for your own self-confidence and value when you're surrounding yourself with someone that doesn't think highly enough about you to think that you're a priority, to have a conversation about you? Okay, so when you're having conversations with people, please know that the best way to have a conversation is being the person that's asking a lot of questions about the person that you're with. Okay, ask the questions and listen, because the more you listen, the better person you are to be around, because you're not being self-absorbed, okay? Self-absorbed is number 4. Number 5 is the envious or the jealous person. Oh my gosh, these are the people that are always comparing themselves to someone else. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard me say compare-itis before. It truly is one of the most fatal situations you can find yourself in. Because when you compare yourself to someone else and you get compare-itis, it is the worst disease that will kill, steal, and destroy any hope, vision, passion, or dream that you can have, because you're always looking outward at someone else and comparing yourself to them and never looking at yourself and seeing how awesome you are. Okay, so if you find yourself being an envious person or someone that compares yourself with someone else all the time and the grass is always greener somewhere else, you need to work on that. You need to start focusing and understanding that, hey, don't compare out there. You need to be the best you that you can be, because you are the only you that there is, and the other person is not for you to be. So be the best you. Don't be the envious, and do not surround yourself with envious people, because it's always going to be a competition, okay? And that's not where you want to find yourself, okay? So how about this one? Number 6 is the manipulator. They're always in a situation to see what they can get out of it, and they will be really, really nice to you in the beginning until they get what they want, and then they're generally not very nice, or they disappear, right? And so it, again, attacks your self-value, your self-worth, because of the way they're treating you, by manipulating you to get an outcome that they want, and you really don't, sometimes it's hard, because identifying them can take a little bit more time, because people can fake being nice. People can fake being your friend. And I think every single one of us, do me a favor actually, put your, let's say, a thumbs down if you have ever had the opportunity to have a manipulator in your life, okay? Manipulators are people that come in and from the beginning, they have something they want from you, but they're gonna pretend that they care about you and that they are your friend until they can get it. And then once they get it, they don't have use for you anymore. So don't surround yourself with number 6, the manipulators, okay? Okay, this last, number 7 is kind of funny, because the name of it is the Dementor. And so if you know J.K. Rowling's in Harry Potter, you know the Dementors, right? And that's exactly what the Dementor is. They are life-sucking people. Okay, in the movie, it shows these entities that come into a room and everything turns cold. And then everything gets sad and everything gets dark and everything is negative, and it sucks the life force out of you until there's nothing left. And that's exactly what these people on the top 10 list of toxic people to avoid, number 7, the Dementor does. Okay, their viewpoints are always glass half empty, no positivity, always negative. They're not thankful or grateful for anything, which means everything is always bad. Okay, and if you're always focused on negative breeds itself, and everything will end up negative. So stay away from the Dementors. Okay, number 7, Dementors. Number 8 are the twisted, and this is pretty much self-explanatory. These are people that are just sick. These are people that come into your life and they really don't care about anybody. And I'll tell you, actually, it's hurting people hurt people, and it's because they've been hurt really badly and they've become really sick in their minds. Twisted people are people that come into your life with a purpose of making you hurt. And you do not want to surround yourself with people that make you hurt or are twisted in their thinking. Hi, Matt. How are you? I've got all my Soda Springs friends coming on here. I'm loving this. Thanks so much for joining in. And by the way, let me know where you're coming in from. City, state, if you're on here live. Replay viewers, hashtag replay city, state. And also share this forward, please. And let me know in the comment section if you share it, because I would love to be able to say thank you to you. And if I don't see it on here live, I'll come back and thank you later. So that was number 8, the twisted, okay? And again, where I'm getting this information from is it's an article that I learned this great stuff from. It's from success.c, and the name of the article is 10 toxic people you should avoid. Hey babe, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate that. Hi Chad and Stephanie, thanks for jumping on, guys. All right, so we are up to number 9, all right? Number 9 of the top 10 toxic people that you should stay away from. Hi Tyler, good to see you, my son. So judgmental people. Do I even need to say anything more about that? These are people that are always criticizing, whether or not you're having a good hair day or a bad hair day, or whether or not your makeup's put on right, or whether or not your eyebrows are matching, or whether or not your clothes match, or whether or not your shoes are cool enough, whether or not you eat the right foods, or you've gained a little bit of weight. There's always something that they're judging you about. Whether or not you're successful enough in your network marketing business, whether or not you are ever going to be successful in anything, right? Judgmental people are always going to be looking to really tear you down. So and they also, most of the time, I would say that they fall within the gossip category too, because they're not just going to be thinking this internally, right? Hi Chelsea, thanks for hopping on. They are actually going to be expressing their judgment about you. And so why, oh yeah, your shoes are way cool, babe. Why do you want to surround yourself with someone that first of all is going to be thinking negative stuff about you like that and judging you so harshly? And then they're going to be opening up their mouths and spewing it out to the world. No. Okay, so number 9 is judgmental people. Hey Marina, thanks for hopping on. Guys, please, city, state where you're coming in from. Replay viewers, hashtag replay in city, state. And please share this forward, because I'm telling you, I truly believe that this information is so important, because we're always talking about how we become the sum of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with, right? But how do we know who to identify to keep at bay, right? Because we've got to protect ourselves. And so it's really important for us to identify the toxic people that we need to avoid, okay? So we've gone through 9 of them so far. And if you're just getting on here, please make sure that you go back and rewatch this so you get them all. Share it forward to your friends and family, because everybody needs to have, basically this is a tool in your arsenal in how you can protect yourself and be able to grow into the person that you want to be, right? And be as successful as you absolutely want to be. So far we have gone through the first 9. Number 1 was the gossip. Number 2 is the temperamental. Number 3 is the victim. Number 4, the self-absorbed. Number 5, the envious. Number 6, the manipulator. Number 7, the dementor. They're life-sucking people. And then number 8, the twisted. Number 9, the judgmental. And now can I get a drum roll, please? Somebody drum roll. For number 10, right? And again, this is coming from success.com article, 10 toxic people you should avoid, okay? So number 10 is, are you ready? The arrogant. Hi, Minnesota. Hi, California. So number 10 is the arrogant, okay? So everything that they see you do becomes a personal challenge. That they're not gonna let you beat them. That it's always going to be them outdoing you. And generally what their arrogance is, it's false confidence. So they don't truly feel that way about themselves, but they're surely going to make you feel bad about yourself, and that makes them feel better about themselves. Hi James, thanks for hopping on. So I've had experiences with people like this before, and I'm sure almost every single one of you have too. And it doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make you feel good when somebody can't just celebrate you for being awesome and being you. They always have to try to outdo what you've done or what you're doing, right? Good competition, don't get me wrong, I am one competitive person myself, but being competitive in a positive way is completely different than being an arrogant person that feels like you have to outdo someone else just to make them feel bad and thinking it's going to make you feel better. Okay, so the arrogant person, what does it say here? It says arrogant people tend to be lower performers, more disagreeable, and have more cognitive problems than the average person. So why would you want to hang out with somebody like that anyway? Right? We need the people to lift us around us. We need the people that are positive around us. We need the professional people. We need the visionaries, the dreamers. If you want to be anything more than you are right now, you have got to fiercely defend the people that you allow inside of your circle. Because the people that you allow to influence your day are going to be the people that determine your life. It's a really big deal, guys. So I'm going to say it one more time. Okay? You've got to be careful of the people that you let influence your day, because they will be the ones that are determining your life. Right? I mean, that's kind of freaky there. So what I want to tell you guys just here in closing out, if you did not get to see all of these, please go back and watch it and share it forward so that everybody can have the understanding of these 10 different toxic people that they need to avoid in their lives. Because I can tell you that if you show me the 5 people that you spend most of your time with, I'll be able to show you your future just by looking at who they are and what they have and what they do. Because you will either lift yourself up or you will limit yourself in the crowd that you hang out with. All right, guys, so long enough, right? But I thought that this was important enough to come spend this time with you. So thank you guys so much for hopping on here and spending it with me. Awesome, Echo. Thank you so much for sharing this forward. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hey, Jill. I appreciate you too. Thanks so much for being on here. Guys, share it forward because it really is vital information for the success of our lives. It's kind of important, right? So just know that I love you, and I'm going to continue growing me and learning more so that I can share with you, so that we each and every one of us that will make the decision and be willing to do the work consistently for the long enough period of time to get whatever we want when it comes to success, whatever that looks like for you. All right? So I love you. God loves you. Just know that you are enough because you are, and I hope that you have a freaking amazing night. All right, guys. See you. Oh, and happy weekend. Happy Friday.